We have not talked to Sean in since you were in town in November of last year. Is that right?
I don't think I've talked to you guys in 2.5 years.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Right. I didn't say that. I just said you were.
I'd like to say fuck you for that. I mean, that's.
Hey, let's not forget who reached out to you guys to say hello.
It's true.
I didn't think we were going to bring it up because I thought the other two would feel left out.
Too late now.
I wanted to reach out to all of you,
But you didn't.
However, to be fair, Jessie and Kevin weren't on House Party, and you two already were.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, we're all on House Party. I saw your names, and I was like, oh my God, I need to reach out. But I didn't know how to send an invite to Jessie and to Kevin.
And that's what we did, House Party.
And you didn't even look into it, so that's cool. Jessie, we're fine with this, right?
We're on different things, Kevin, so that's all that matters. So.
Yeah.
Ian, you're a cocksucker, Ian. Yeah.
That is definitely true.
And there it is.
Oh, hold on a second. Ian,
How you do it?
I just want to remind you, we record both audio and video. Don't know why you would do that.
I'm not even sure my kids are mine. Hey, was that picked up on audio?
Nope.
Hey, this is Steve with the Punch Up Podcast. With me on this episode are Jessie Preisendorfer,
Hey, Steve.
Kevin Regan,
Hi, Steve.
Ian O'Shea,
Hey, Steve.
and our storyteller is Sean Roach.
Hey, everybody. So, okay, so I haven't told this story in a long time. So, yeah, all right. So this is the Bridge Ladies story, as I call it.
Like trolls or?
No, like bridge, like trumping,
Okay.
with cards.
Card game.
Yeah, the card game. So I was a banquet manager for, I worked at this place for about 8 or 9 years, and probably for about 5 or 6 of those I was the banquet manager. So I've been to 1,000 weddings.
Excuse me. I've worked in the restaurant industry. I've waited tables. I've been a bartender. I've never. What is a banquet manager?
Right. So like this place had a restaurant, but it also had a banquet hall. So we had 2 large rooms that about 250 in the large room and 150 in the smaller room could congregate for events. So
Is that all you handled, or were you also a waiter or?
Started as a busboy. Yeah. And then
Okay, so this is
eventually,
the real rags to riches story.
yeah, really, that's what we'll say.
Sean, this is what, after college or when?
During, yeah. So,
Is it you don't want to say the name of the place, and that's fine?
no, I can. It's called Normandy Farm, and Normandy Farm.
But I got married.
Yeah. You know this banquet hall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got married there.
It's beautiful.
That doesn't mean you know it.
In fact, I would wager you know it less because of that.
Yeah.
So the place next door to Normandy Farm is called Bluebell Country Club, and they have a Arnold Palmer golf course they're very proud of, and that's where I started. And then the Hanson family ended up buying Normandy Farm, and that's where I went on to work. So
I'm sorry, the Hansons of the Umbop.
I thought the same thing, and I was like, I'm not going to say it.
I'm not going to say
We're
that.
doing it, Ian.
I wish they were that fun,
Hansons?
but they weren't.
Does this remind you of it? Umbop, bop, bop, umbop, ba-ba-da-bop, umbop. Yeah. Did you hear that a lot?
Yeah, no, I heard more. You're doing that wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the song that they sang quite often. So yeah. So this was actually a Bluebell Country Club, which I worked at first and then moved to Normandy Farm. So I used to run a lot of events, but one of the events during the weekday that was very common was we would have the country club members, the Bridge Ladies would come and do like a lunchtime event on like a Tuesday, any time of year.
Yeah.
And so it would be like 40 bridge ladies would come in, and a typical event would be, you know, they would arrive at, I don't know, 11, and they would have like a half an hour of an open bar just to kind of warm things up.
Hello. Yep.
Ooh.
Things up.
And then we would do salad.
What are we talking? A lot of Arbor Mist going, or
Mimosas, Bloody Marys.
Old
Lot of Chardonnay.
fashions.
Half
Chardonnay.
the ladies are just drinking coffee. Most of them are drinking, but a few of them are tapping in, and those were the fun ladies. They're going to tap into like a Bloody Mary, maybe a Sea Breeze,
Whiskey
or a Cosmo.
sours.
Mm-hmm.
like the whiskey sour.
Midori sour, something like that. Yeah.
Mimosa, perhaps.
Mimosa, of course. Yeah, mimosa, very common. Yeah. So although mimosa was a big deal because then you have to open a bottle of champagne, and now you got to bill the client. So that was always a sticky issue as a manager to how
Well,
to.
these are the type of women that couldn't give a shit about your life or anything about you.
Right, but they cared about the bottom line, which we would bill them for that. That would be
Fair enough.
the whole reason they were doing this was to kind of they had dues, and then they had minimums. So they had to purchase a certain amount of
They
meals.
have to buy a certain amount of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're gonna get charged anyway per month.
yeah. But I can't even relate. I have no idea. I was on the other side, and so I just don't even know what their lives are like. Other than I hated all of them and couldn't wait to leave.
I think it's captured very nicely in the painting behind you.
Yeah. Thank you. So the bridge ladies would come regularly, and they loved me. Like I felt like they really, really liked me. I was a young 20-something young guy, and I'd heard through the rumor mill they were very pleased with the way I, ran their events for them. So typically on an event like this with 40 ladies, I would have like 2 staff with me, and on this one particular day, it was just a run-of-the-mill event. It was real boring. We would provide salads and lunch and dessert, and then coffee, and then they would play bridge for 2 to 3 hours, and we would like clean in the kitchen, polish silverware, do whatever, and then finally when they left, we would clean up. But on this one particular day, I said something that was really kind of off, like a thing that people just said at the time. I just said to one of the other waiters, I was like, man, well, bridge ladies, boy, I could use a Xanax. And that was just like a thing I felt like people said in the 90s. Like
And you were just trying it on. You were just trying it on.
Just try. It was like a thing you say.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a meaning. Yeah. So I didn't think anything of it, but
Did you even know what a Xanax was?
no, I didn't even know
Now wait a second.
what it did for you.
I call bullshit, Sean. You're telling me as a young man and an artist, you didn't know what a Xanax was?
I didn't know what it did. I had no idea.
I knew, yeah.
I think I knew it was like a sleeping pill or something.
You saw that with a Xanax and 1 glass of Chardonnay, people got handsy.
Yeah, I don't even know if I would have said that. Yeah, I felt like it was the thing you said. Like it was kind of
It was like a how do you do? I could use a Xanax.
Yeah.
like,
Jessie, how are you?
I'm great. I could use a Valium, but I'm older than you, and we used to say that. So
yeah, I could use, like it was just an
I
offhanded.
really need a Valium.
Yeah, but
Got any lewds?
Yeah, Ludes, Vals, yep.
you
Benny's.
didn't ever expect someone to go like this in the
At a
moment.
country club?
You in a country club, definitely.
What a sweet
Right.
boy you are.
How quickly, Sean, how quickly was this produced?
So I was working with I had 2 staff with me. So I was the supervisor on the floor for the event, and we had a woman named Sue and a woman named Missy. And they
These
were
names
both,
have obviously been changed since you're talking drug use, so I will assume.
yeah. No, I'm gonna say, we'll say
No
that.
last names. That's
Nope.
okay.
Yeah,
Those are,
could be anyone.
So Sue,
But it is, in fact, Sue Smith and
Sue and Missy were both great people, loved working with them. Missy was like my age, and Sue was older. Missy was like, these were two people I could count on to always just like do an event with me. I loved having them on staff with me, and I knew they'd do whatever.
As the banquet manager.
Would you say?
As the banquet manager.
As the supervisor manager.
You had like a magnificent 7 you could go to.
Yes, yeah. And at this point, I'm more of a supervisor. This is when I evolved into being manager.
On your way up.
Yeah. While I'm getting through college and making, what I considered really great money and living in South Philly. So it was quite a commute from Plymouth.
Do you schedule them, Sean? Like, did you schedule the people that work?
That came later. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So at the time, no, I was just running the events.
This is pre-Xanax.
Pre-Xanax, I was just a
guy, just a regular guy. This is your origin story.
Yes. So we Sue and Missy. So to give you a little background on them, so Sue was quite a character. Sue was a Harley Davidson riding, all leathers, barrel-chested woman, just very thick and just barrel-chested and intense, but very smart and sharp. And she would kick the crap out of anybody that gave her any lip. And so when I made the comment about Xanax, she was like, "Really? I have some?" And I was like, "Oh, no, like I just said it. Like I don't.
It's a Tuesday at 12:30. I'm good."
Yeah, like no, I don't.
Yeah.
I was just. I don't know why I even said it. I was like, I don't know why I said it. I was just saying it. Like it's the Bridge Ladies. Whatever. And
we say crazy things with Bridge Ladies.
Yeah.
I was just trying to fit in.
And the Bridge Ladies were a little curmudgeon-y. You could imagine. They were very detail oriented, and they could be real bitches.
Well, Xanax gets low, attitudes get high.
Exactly. So who knows how much Xanax they were on?
They were on. Yeah.
So when I said it, Sue immediately was like, and
like on her, it wasn't like I have to run to my Harley and grab it. It was just like, I don't remember. She may have stepped away, and she may have like pushed it, and then like came back 3 minutes later. It was like, no, I have some. Like you should.
Junkies.
And I was like,
Junkies. Company.
I was just like, no, I'm good. Like I don't. And she was like, no, they're great. She's like, it's my prescription. I take
lay on that peer pressure. Yeah.
She's like, I totally get like the Bridge Ladies. This is why I take Xanax,
right?
Because I feel stress and anxiety. She's like, that feeling you have where you're just always like, and I'm not at peace and I don't feel good, and you just want to be really relaxed and like just having a nice time and like no stress coming in your brain. She was very intense like this, and I was like, okay, yeah, like
that sounds great.
Like, it just takes a tiny edge off. She's like, so you just take one of these footballs
and you throw that away and take the rest of the pill.
Just snap that off. And
do both. But there you got one at that point.
I don't know how much it was, but it was like a really wide, long. I'd never seen a pill shaped like that. It was like it was football shaped, very oblong. And
it was designed to be broken in half.
Yeah, or thirds, or who knows?
Right.
And taken by a horse.
Yes. And so she said, just take a little bit, and then save the rest. You're gonna love it. It's great. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was such a naive, like early 20-something.
Where were you at your experience level at this point? Like, had you? Yeah, Ian and I are on the same page. Had you done other things or that you want to admit to, or? Yeah, I dabbled with a bunch of stuff, Okay.
I mean, just drinking and maybe some weed?
No, and psychedelics and stuff like that. So
you're not a stranger to.
So you weren't like
crazier than.
But for me, I had done a bunch of things younger and I plenty. But like pills was always something I just didn't feel. I never felt comfortable with pills.
Yeah, so no, pills was never
I don't know
on the
what
table.
that's gonna do. Like I was good with like you said, like natural, like alcohol, marijuana, mushrooms, things that like weren't made in a lab.
Yeah.
Somebody's
Yeah. So
clothes made me
none of my stuff had been.
right.
Everything I dabbled with was made by shady people in a basement.
Good thing.
Yeah. So no pharmaceuticals, of course. No. So this was new. So I really don't know what came over me in the moment where I was like, I think she really just talked me into it, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, it was Sue's pitch. It's a hell of a pitch.
Yeah.
I trusted her. She was part of my Magnificent Seven, as Ian said. And so I just took a little. I think she told me to take half, and I took a quarter of, half of that.
Just nibbled it.
Yeah, just a nibble, and I was like, okay, and I put the rest. And so I'm wearing a tuxedo, by the way. It's important to understand that I'm in a tuxedo.
That always the dress code?
For the bridge group, or just always?
Everyone in the country club is wearing a tuxedo.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I've got the shirt with the ruffled lines in the front, and a tie that I'm hoping is straight, but is off.
You're not wearing a jacket though, right? You have a vest instead.
And a jacket.
Really?
Like a jacket with 3 buttons here and here, and
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know if I speak for everybody, but it feels insulting that you're describing what a tuxedo is.
Texture, I'm fine with it.
Tux what?
What about this group makes you think that we've never seen or heard of a tuxedo?
I think I'm confused by the medium that we're communicating through. So
That's what it is.
I'm having a really hard time not showing it had sleeves and a collar. And I'm very confused by this whole thing. It's like I'm talking to you guys in a tunnel.
We also live
sleeves. and it had buttons on the sleeves.
And you check every time to confirm we got it.
You understand? They were here.
Sean, how many Xanax are you on right now?
He took the other half tonight.
Yeah. So back to the timeline. So
assuming we all understand what a tuxedo looks like, please continue.
Yeah, if someone's listening and they don't know, they could Google it. It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. So, and it had the satin lapels, but the matte. Okay.
Yep.
So we I ate that, and we were just now starting lunch service. So we're going to roll out mixed salad with palm hearts and balsamic vinaigrette, and on glass plates, not ceramic.
Oh, yeah. You're wearing tuxedos.
Yeah. And because on an event like this, we want a real tight, intimate staff. We don't want to blow a lot of money on staff. So in a situation like this,
you guys are lean.
Yeah, and in a situation like
You're
this,
serving.
I'm the only male.
Okay.
That means I'm the runner. I'm the bus boy. So I'm bringing trays out, and then the ladies are hitting the tables with the plates. And that would be, but of course I would then run the bar. So I've got the open bar that we've set up.
Do you close the bar when food's being served?
No, we keep it open throughout the whole event, typically, for the bridge ladies. Like if they're going to want a cocktail while they're playing. Yeah. Why not? Because the amount of liquor we're going to go through is a joke. Yeah. That they get it for the full 4-hour event, So maybe we break it down at 45 minutes before they're done, because they're done and we're done. And
Martha's done with her peppermint schnapps at that point. So it's
exactly.
You've made you're the only man, so you're doing the man jobs.
So I'm doing all the standard man jobs as would have been dictated, not by me, but that's just how the company works.
Other than drug dealing.
Well, no, he wasn't dealing. He was the recipient. So
Right. Sue was the drug dealer.
Yeah, and I had no idea.
Listen, let's not get bogged down by this. It's not a drug deal if you're given a Xanax by a friend. That's not a deal.
Yes.
There's nothing illegal has taken place, except she has crossed, federal boundaries by giving you her prescription.
I think a lot of illegal stuff.
Yeah, there's
There's no doubt. And in my naive mind, I didn't foresee any of that.
Bounty hunting is a very complicated profession.
So I eat this. We're delivering salads. I'm bringing trays out. It's fine. And we're probably now into lunch at some point. We're now bringing out their chicken marsala or whatever it is that's on the menu. And somewhere along the way, I start feeling pretty euphoric, which she had dictated. She had kind of predicted. She had said, you're going to feel like it's just like you just feel chill. And I was like, wow. And then, and what
Out
I
of
don't
control?
think
Like out of control or just feeling nice?
just real nice. Like
I barely have to hold these trays. They're so light.
no, even just less than that, just like that. So what she didn't know
Feeling good.
is that my father was an alcoholic and an addict, and that I am too. But I didn't know it yet.
Okay.
So what she did is she gave me this thing that she didn't understand was going to like awaken the
Unlock Pandora's box.
yeah, like the Dragon of Mordor was released. I like, and so I was feeling this way, and I remember feeling like, wow, I'm totally affected by this. This is really profound. And so my first absolute impulse was I walked over to her and I said,
I'll take 4 more.
I just said to her, I said, it's not working. It didn't do anything. I need more.
Did you took originally you took part of it, not all of it. Had you since taken the rest of that one pill?
Oh, I think I took it on my walk over to her.
Okay.
I was just like, it's not doing anything. I don't feel anything.
We're going to need more.
We're going to cover all your bases
good.
just in case she frisks you.
It's right.
Yeah.
It's gone. It's gone. And it did nothing. You are not a good friend, and these drugs are terrible. Give me more of them.
Not doing anything. And I even remember thinking as I was saying to her, you're lying right now. And I knew, and that's the.
And this is Missy, right?
No, this is
Sue.
Oh, okay. So that's what you say. You say, Sue, I would expect this kind of shit from Missy, but you, unbelievable.
Yeah, come on. So she went, oh, really? She goes, oh, God, well, I don't remember what she said, but probably.
She respected you is what happened.
Tolerance.
Like,
Something.
this guy.
Yeah. So she gave me 2 more
Ooh.
full footballs. And as she was, this is like, if I had to act out both parts, she was going, so just what you could do is you could take a little bit of both. And I went, and she went, oh my God, what have you done? Did you just swallow both those? And I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. It's great. It's great. Like, I like it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's good.
Feels right. Feels right.
Yeah. So I think I took like,
I don't have a problem. You have a problem.
yeah, I think I took a pretty large amount
I think so.
Yeah.
of a benzodiazepine.
Meant for someone else.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, like I was no longer me. I was no longer me. I was like some other thing. I was an animal that was like, I got to get more of that. Like
Hunter S. Thompson.
yeah. And then I don't have a whole lot of recall.
The police
About the rest of your
blotter.
shift?
Yeah, typically the police blotter is what fills me in on the rest of what happened that evening.
So I have about 10 or maybe 8 beats that come after that.
It's like a slideshow.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump to 9, and then we'll work backwards.
Play backwards. Okay.
I like it.
Just for the sake of storytelling.
Sure.
So it was around noon that we were providing lunch. So the next beat, which is beat 9 out of 10, and I'm making up how much beats this is.
Right?
I don't remember
You
exactly.
did the salad, so like.
And lunch, I think.
Yeah, they're beyond lunch. Yeah.
Okay.
We're serving lunchish around here, and so it was around noon. So the next beat 9 is around 11 a.m. And I'm in my home, my apartment in South Philly.
Wait, what? The next day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you
Yeah.
still in your tux?
No, I'm in bed. I'm in bed and I'm not in my tux, amazingly. I don't remember what I was wearing. Couldn't tell you. But I wasn't fully clothed.
So you got home and don't know how.
I'm in my bed. I have no idea. I'm waking up and going, I'm at home in my bed. What day, when?
So
How
I just have to
how
jump
does
in
it
right here
work?
and say, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but right now my sphincter is tickling.
Do you have to go to the bathroom? Should we stop?
No, I think I share this common gene that Sean has, and him just telling this story triggers my sphincter. That this is a good one. This is a good one.
Yes. Oh, it's a good one, huh? Yeah. So it's been close to 24 hours. So I'm back in my apartment in South Philly, and it's, by the way, my apartment is like a 45 to 50-minute drive.
Yeah.
Commute.
From Bluebell?
Yeah. So from Plymouth Meeting to South Philly, maybe 35 minutes if you're like cooking and Schuylkill's like clear and you're.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're on drugs and you can see everything clearly, you can make it there in like 25 minutes.
Yeah, you're like Luke Skywalker through the Death Star, just like.
You see all the moves.
Yeah. So, so my first impulse is to call Missy. Because Missy, I know,
Has more.
she's.
No, that's Sue.
No, I think I call Sue. But she doesn't answer. So maybe I'm scared. And then I call Missy, and she just is like, "Oh my God, John. Oh my God. Like I don't know what to say to you." And I was like,
Oh boy.
I was like, "Please, Missy, tell me everything. Tell me."
Here's the thing. I'm going to jump just a second because we know that you end up getting promoted because you talk about, so you couldn't have burned the place down.
No, but wait a second. We jumped from salad service to on glass plates to 2 more pills being popped to South Philly. So he stayed on the job.
Yeah.
And we are now about to find out what.
I'm completely aware of that, but what I'm thinking is Missy saying, "Oh no," is like she has never seen such proficient work. Just an amazing, like these women. I mean, first of all, you won every bridge hand you played. It was amazing.
Yeah. You're like
Kevin's got a really
different. You're like the Flamingo Kid.
Yeah, Kevin's got a very different take on this.
Yeah.
I'm an optimist.
I think it's so sweet that that's where he went, because I was like, is the country club still standing, and how many people have died?
I'm wondering if people are thinking back to week 1 of when we restarted the Punch Up to Ian shitting in the car and are like, is this another shitting in a car story?
Which was a real blessing.
To be fair, I didn't shit in the car. I got in the car with a pants full of shit.
Tomato.
All right, so Sean, you're with Missy.
I'm on the phone with Missy. And then she proceeds to give me a bit of a rundown, but she's angry and she doesn't understand fully what happened.
Okay.
So what becomes clear to me is that Sue didn't tell Missy what she did.
Protecting you.
And protecting herself.
Well, yes, Sue didn't do anything. She gave you 2 pills.
Yeah.
Fair
You
enough.
took them.
3. Yes.
Forgot about the first one.
Let's
there's
not trump the story, buddy.
Yeah, let's be fair. There's only one person to blame in this situation.
Sue.
Yeah.
Sue.
All the bridge ladies.
But what becomes clear to me is that Missy is angry and she doesn't understand why. So she's pretty upset about the situation. She maybe has some inkling that like I was doing something, but all she knows is that she was left with the wreckage.
Okay.
So so as she describes it to me, now beats 1 through 8. Remember I said that was beat 9.
Start to fill in.
All come back.
Fight their way through.
Yeah. And then it becomes clear. It's like, oh my God. Okay. So what proceeded to happen after?
Somebody once told me the world was gonna me.
I ain't the sharpest tool
So
in the
Sue had
shed.
said to me right after I, popped the rest of what she gave me, she said, she's like, oh my God, you're going to be balled up in a corner like a baby, sleeping, crying. I don't know what to do. And I was like, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. So what I think what happened next was, we rolled out dessert and I probably maintained. And then somewhere around coffee service, I started serving coffee. So we used to have those kind of, like the real fancy teapots, like, metal, and it's got the,
Have a long. Yeah.
Let me do it for Ian. So everyone knows.
There it is.
And so I was just pouring coffee from one cup
As high as you
to the
could.
next,
Oh my God.
to the next, and then taking, because I was the male, and this was the 90s, and like this is how they said it, that I had to carry the trays back. I'd be carrying like 20 plates, which is probably 20 to 30 pounds worth of weight on my shoulder. And then I was walking into the kitchen and would just drop the tray and the plates would just shatter. And so even the chefs were like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And they all thought that I was like shrooming or something, that I had taken acid or something, because I was totally out of it. And apparently I was very belligerent with the bridge ladies and was telling them like, you don't know. And, just very in their faces, like just a wreck. So Sue, knowing that this is all, or at least feeling like this is all her fault, even though it's all my fault, she's trying to cordon me off back to the offices, which she gets me back there. And they stuff me in the offices. And then the sales team, who are highly connected to the general manager and the owners, but they're not doing events, they're like, what's wrong with Sean? Like we can always count on Sean he does a great job. Like we can count on him.
What's wrong with Sean? Who broke Sean?
And so I vaguely remember being in the office and them, I vaguely remember this, and this is a part that Missy didn't know, but I do remember I said to them that I recently pulled out my back doing like some home construction, and that a doctor gave me Percocets, and I took them for the first time ever, and I was having a reaction. So apparently I had the sense to just make up this lie to cover my butt.
Protect Sue.
That's some real addict stuff right there.
Yeah. Ian knows that's also not a healthy. It's wow, I got away with it, but yeah, it's not good either. It would have been better probably if I hadn't come up with that lie. So I said
like
that.
Like that, you came up with it.
Just float.
Yeah. And
so quick that other people are like, oh, well, oh my gosh, are you okay? You're like, can I get another Xanax?
So then and they had thought that I'd been drinking from the bar. So they were really concerned about me. And, but no, turns out I just, I had taken 3 Xanax that I wasn't supposed to take. And
turns out.
Yeah. And then
you were fully aware of that.
And so they just kept me in the office, but apparently I kept coming out of the office. So we used to have these contracts, which was, just single 8.5 by 11 printed page of all the details, like salad at, 11:30 a.m. is salad delivery, open bar. This is the cost, everything. And I would always keep that like in my breast pocket. And they said I just kept walking around with this, with this contract, just kind of like just sticking out like this all the time, and just walking back out to the bridge ladies and just being like, and so just very embarrassing. It's just very embarrassing. And And then apparently they all let me drive home.
Ooh.
Yeah. And so I drove home.
Fucking Sue.
Yeah. And that was it. I got home that night. Somehow I survived.
Isn't that crazy? You got home.
How'd you
Yeah.
remember? Yeah, but where was your car? How'd you remember where the car was?
That's the crazy thing and so in my recollection of this whole story is that I must have been functioning on some level, but that my memory storage was gone.
Well, you were using it all to just get home. Like your mind was preserving, just get me home.
I drove 50 minutes home.
This whole conversation is white privilege.
Yes. I vaguely remember, and let's keep this secret. This shouldn't be published.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember masturbating on the drive home.
You gotta keep your weight. Gotta keep it going.
I think I may have.
Just keep you awake.
I think
You were celebrating.
yeah, it's a disaster. It was a
Now,
real
here's my question, and this is where it gets really dark. Were you hard, or did you get yourself hard?
I think I start to finish. I think I was solid finish.
Oh, Jessie.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry for
But-
everyone, not just Jessie.
But it didn't hold you back. I mean, you didn't get fired.
No, he got promoted. He
I
got
think-
promoted.
Not promoted, not in that moment. But
Wait a second. You guys worked in the service industry?
So I had 3 or 4 years at that point of being a solid performer, and this was so out of character. And the funny thing is Eoin really, I think he hits it on the head, is that people who have substance abuse issues like have a deep connection to quick cover up and lie.
Oh.
Like it comes out so like, and that's like a weird, sad side effect of the whole.
Listen, I mean, like I share this, like you are, not you. I am a professional liar. I've come up with, it's not a lie if you believe it.
Yeah. No, I wasn't believing it, but I definitely had it in. I was so quick on the draw.
Well, that's true.
You're talking about when you were masturbating.
Yes. No, I think that was like a good, like the Schuylkill's a long drive. Like I think it was my way to get through the drive. Actually,
What else are you gonna do?
Fine, I'll ask. Where did you finish?
somewhere around
Take
like
the break.
Belmont.
Not location. Where in the car?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Please, somebody get the button right now.
The
I don't wanna hear that
tuxedo
answer.
lapels are satin.